Your day isn't complete until you've heard from God. So get ready for the closing word of the day with Sunset Ministries and Pastor Eladio Villanueva. And now, here's Pastor Villanueva with today's closing word.
Well, good evening, everybody. TGIF. It is Friday. Want to welcome everybody tonight who is listening to us on the line live on our conference call. I want to welcome those of you who are listening to us live on Spreaker.com. We thank God for you. Well, it is Friday. Excuse me. We have made it through another week. And tonight, as we continue with our series on marriage, tonight we're going to talk about the differences that we have in our marriage as men and women and how to enjoy them. Now, from almost the day that we are born, we begin to notice the difference between boys and girls and men and women. And I'm not talking about the physical difference so much as the different ways we view life, react to circumstances around us, as well as the way we socialize, build friendships, and so on. There's no doubt that there is a big difference between men and women. Now, that difference can either frustrate us to no end, or it can be something that we learn to enjoy. Now, back in 2000, the Chicago Tribune published an article titled Rules Guys Wish Girls Played By. And it talked about the rules that guys wish girls followed, and then about the rules girls wish the guys followed. And the article provided a pretty big list, but for time's sake tonight, I'll just give you 10 of each. And so first, we're going to start with what rules guys wish girls would follow. The first one, if you ask a question you don't really want an answer to, expect an answer you didn't want to hear. Number 2, sometimes we're not thinking about you, live with it. Number 3, when we have to go somewhere, absolutely anything you wear is fine, really. Number 4, ask for what you want. Let's be clear on this one. Subtle hints don't work. Strong hints don't work. Really obvious hints don't work. Just say it. Number 5, no, we don't know what day it is. We never will. Mark anniversaries on a calendar you know we check. Number 6, we're not mind readers and we never will be. Our lack of mind reading ability is not proof of how little we care about you. Number 7, come to us with a problem only if you want help solving it. That's what we do. Sympathy is what your girlfriends are for. Number 8, anything we said 6 months ago is inadmissible in an argument. All comments become null and void after 7 days. Number 9, if something we said can be interpreted 2 ways, and one of the ways makes you sad or angry, we meant the other one. Number 10, if we ask you what's wrong and you say nothing, we will act like nothing's wrong. We know you're lying, but it's just not worth the hassle. Then let's go with the rules that girls wish guys would follow. Here's 10 of them. Number 1, don't ever lie to us. We always find out. Number 2, if you're in a bad mood, we're going to assume it's our fault. So tell us what's bothering you. Number 3, quit complaining about your boss. Find another job. Number 4, pay attention. We like to give clues. Susie and Bob tried a great new restaurant means, why don't you ever take us anywhere nice? Number 5, yes, it's true. Sometimes we like to call and talk about nothing. Get used to it. Number 6, if you ask us what's wrong and we say nothing, ask us again. And this time, look sincere. Number 7, when we say something, it's necessary for you to respond. At the very minimum, nod your head. Number 8, if you only knew how much a tender word, a thoughtful act, an unexpected gift means to us, you would do it, and your life would improve exponentially. Number 9, when no one's home, stand in front of a mirror and practice this until you can say it in public. I was wrong. Number 10, after you have mastered that, work on I'm sorry. Now, I know, we can laugh about that and joke about it, but it's true. These are how sometimes men and women think about certain things in life. And these rules, and I'm sure your reaction to them reveals that we are all very aware of the differences that we each have. But what I want to present to you tonight is that those differences are not something negative, but rather something positive. So I want to share 4 specific ways that I believe that we are different. And if we view our differences with the right attitude, we will begin to see these differences enhancing our marital experience rather than detracting from it. So the first one that I want to share with you tonight is that we're different intentionally. Genesis 1:27 says, "So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them." 1 Corinthians 11, verses 11 to 12 says, "Nevertheless, neither is man independent of woman, nor woman independent of man in the Lord. For as a woman came from man, even so man also comes through woman, but all things are from God." So here we're seeing specifically that men or women are different intentionally. God designed them intentionally different. I mean, we're different physically, we're different emotionally, and in so many different ways. But then 1 Corinthians 11, chapter 11, verses 11 to 12 says, despite our differences, we're not independent of one another. For as woman came from man, even so man also comes through woman. So even though we are different in many different ways, we are the same in also many ways as well. The second way that we're different is emotionally. Now, this is scientifically proven. Men, first of all, have different emotional needs than women. That's a fact. Men need to feel needed. They need to feel that women can count on them. And I'm saying this because I'm a man. I know this. I'm not going to try and fake a move here. I'm going to be transparent and realistic. Men also need their alone time, but it's different than the alone time that women need. A man, when he's alone, wants to read his newspaper, watch sports, or maybe play a video game. That is the definition of alone time for a man. While a woman, her alone time is usually used to de-stress, right? She likes a good hot bath, a book, curling up on the couch with a good book, a hot bath with bubbles and incense. They like to de-stress. That's their alone time. The third way we're different is relationally. Men and women differ relationally as well in varying degrees. Here are some very interesting facts. Men have a much more difficult time relating to their own feelings and may feel very threatened by the expression of feelings in their presence. This may cause them to react by withdrawing or attempting to control the situation through a display of control and or power. That's a known fact. How many times we see a man when a woman is displaying emotion in front of them? You know, she's hysterically crying. They feel uncomfortable. They're uneasy. And sometimes they'll begin to yell, displaying that control and power from within. Another interesting fact is that men are actually more vulnerable and dependent on relationships than women are, and are more devastated by the ending since they have fewer friends and sources of emotional support. Again, that's another fact. They have a difficult time relating to their own feelings and expressing them as well. Men don't like to express their feelings in the presence of others. Men are more at ease with their own angry feelings than women are. That is true. A man, it's easy for him to get angry and stay angry. They feel power. They derive power from it. They stay angry. Women are in touch with a much wider range of feelings than men. And the intensity of those feelings is usually much greater